Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. Is abstaining a good win? It's the game week 6 review. It's been another remarkable week in the Family Fantasy Football League. 3 managers have gone into the transfer market in game week 6. No one purchasing any tactical gambits. And in game week 6, we've had a 6th different weekly winner and another change at the top of the table. In this episode, we have your game week 6 winners and losers. 4 winners who all pick up a manager of the season point, and 4 losers who, where they had them, all lose 1 manager of the season point. We've got the meme of the week, Fat Jack. Not 1, but 2 quotes of the week. And another, still a chance to take part in a new segment that's going to be coming soon, Chairman Chats, and a manager of the season update. The who the fuck was that, or who the fuck is that, was worth 6 manager of the season points. It's rolled over for 6 weeks. Did anyone get it right? All will be revealed. So your game week 6 winners, take a bow. Grease Lightning manager Sexy Alexi, for the 2nd week running, he's a game week winner, climbing 1 place to go to the top of the Family Fantasy Football League. One of the giants of the FFFL is Alexi, but he hasn't been top since the 22nd of October 2021. Almost 2 years since he's been on the top of the tree. Take a bow. Also 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby. It's been a mixed week for my brother. More on that later. But he climbed a place to 14th in game week 6. And that is a season high for Simon. You have to go back to the 26th of May last year for the last time he was as high as 14th in the league table. Take a bow. Also, no cock for me manager Sarah Goodwin. This is Sarah's 2nd season in the Family Fantasy Football League. She climbed 3 places up to 6th, and she's never ever been as high as 6th in the table before. But the biggest game week 6 winner, take a bow, Wayne Robinson, manager of Sashhammers FC. How quickly things can change in the Family Fantasy Football League. Wayne has been a game week loser for the last 2 weeks. Recently spent £5 million on a wild card tactical gambit to make wholesale changes to his team, and it's paid off. He was the biggest climbers in game week 6, up 6 places to 17th. That's how much he was struggling. And he scored not just a personal highest weekly total, but the joint highest weekly total of the season so far, with 72 points. Which means at the moment he's sharing the prize money for the highest weekly total for the season with Where's the K, but there is obviously a long way to go. 1 manager of the season point to all of those. Your game week 6 losers, hide your head in shame. Average Joe manager Joe Hoxby. Joe fell 1 place down to 23rd. You have to go back to game week 1 this season for the last time Joe was as low as 23rd in the table. Hide your head in shame also for the 2nd week running, Legends 23 manager Keith Simons. Fell 6 places down to 18th. You have to go back to the 28th of October 2022. Almost a year since Keith has been as low as 18th in the table. Hide your head in shame also, Clockhouse Rangers manager George Moody, a game week winner last week for being the biggest climbers. He was a game week loser this week for being the biggest fallers, down 8 places to 19th. What a topsy-turvy season for great Uncle George. But the biggest and most surprising, dare I say it, game week 6 loser, hide your head in shame, the big Bostocoglis manager, Niall Ponsford, fell 3 places down to 7th after he was the lowest scorers in game week 6 with just 21 points. Now, this is Niall's second season in the Family Fantasy Football League, and in his first season he had an amazing debut season, finishing runners-up, which is why he's rated the second best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League. So maybe not surprising that falling to 7th is the lowest position he's ever occupied in his time in the Family Fantasy Football League. Prior to this week, he'd never ever been outside the top 6 in over a season. Where they had them, one manager of the season point lost. Next up, we have the meme of the week. Fat Jack. 11 Cox manager Simon Hoxby, desperately trying not to smell one of his own farts in that photo there, posted this meme on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. Jack Hoxby doing security at football games. That's why he's at the top. Well, the hair is definitely Jack-esque, and he has put on some timber around the jowls recently. Sorry, Jack, but that's not a good lookalike. But it did make me laugh. So, and a few people on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group also enjoyed it. So, one manager of the season point to you, bruv. Well done. Quote of the week 1, submitted by none other than Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee. Now, Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee returning to the Family Fantasy Football League this season after a long break. A long break that followed him finishing bottom of the table the last time he took part in the Family Fantasy Football League about, 6 years ago or so. And he's struggling, like most managers who debut managers or returning managers do, and the fact that he's been struggling this season hasn't been helped by the fact that his partner, no effing rude names, Nikki Lee, is doing rather well, and she's letting him know that she's doing much better than him in the league table. Stephen recently went into the transfer market to transfer out a defender. I can't remember who the defender was, but one of his defenders not performing, and transferred in Egan of Sheffield United. This was last week, prior to last weekend, he made that transfer. And then Newcastle United visited Sheffield United at the weekend and beat them 8-0. And I had this message from Stephen Lee. Call me the new George Moody. Having a great weekend. Purchase a solid defender. What more could I ask for? Said defender gets absolutely obliterated, for fuck's sake. Cries into hands. Well, to ease your pain, Stephen, that made me smile, and that's one manager of the season point to you. Quote of the week number 2 comes from none other than No Cop For Me manager Sarah Goodwin. She sent me this message in the week. Can you change your team name? My response was, nope, can't change your team name during mid-season. To which Sarah replied, damn, I've realised I don't need cock, so my name's pointless. Wow. And bruv, if you need to give me a call, please do so. I'm here for you, buddy. New segment revealed last week. Chairman's Chats is coming soon. I will be sitting down on a semi-regular basis and interviewing one of the Family Fantasy Football League managers, and I've decided to start off with Masters of None manager Jack Hoxby, mainly because Jack has a degree in media studies and I need someone who understands technology so that I can make sure that the technology works. That's the only reason I chose Jack first. And I said last week that you can all earn Manager of the Season points by emailing me with a subject heading Chairman Chats, one and only one question for me to ask Jack during that interview. And I won't tell Jack who posed the questions. I'll keep them anonymous. And at the end of the interview, I'll ask Jack to tell me which question he thought was the best. And that manager who submitted that question will earn 3 Manager of the Season points. This new segment might be a car crash. We might only do it once, but it might be amusing and something that you'll enjoy, in which case we'll do it again. So we're going to do it soon. 4 managers have so far submitted a question to pose to Jack, and the questions, I have to say, are very, very good. So if you want to get involved, do so soon. Email me with the subject heading Chairman Chats, the one question that you would like me to ask Jack Hoxby on your behalf. And I promise I won't tell Jack who posed the question. Who the fuck is that? It's been running and running and running. It is a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. 3 managers had a go this week. Ontario Grizzlies manager Neil Hatch thought that was a picture of Norfucking Chance FC manager Angela Addis. That's an incorrect answer, Neil. Megan Hoxlade Chamberlain manager Megan Hoxby thought that was a picture of Gobi Desert Canoe Club manager Pops Hoxby. That is an incorrect answer, Megan. And Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee thought that was a picture of I've Got a Life manager Mops Hoxby. And that was an incorrect answer, Stephen. So the Manager of the Season table looks like this. Ontario Grizzlies manager climbs to joint 13th after he spotted a mistake in the update I sent out earlier on in the week. Clockhouse Rangers manager George drops to 9th for being a game week 6 loser. Joe Hoxby drops to joint 8th for being a game week 6 loser. Niall Ponsford drops to joint 4th for being a game week 6 loser. And Jack Hoxby at the top of the Manager of the Season table is joined by none other than Shrimpers FC manager Stephen Lee. Stephen got a point for one of the quote of the weeks, and also joined by no cock for me manager Sarah Goodwin. Sarah picked up 2 Manager of the Season points this week, 1 for being a game week 6 winner and 1 for her quote of the week. It's incredibly close at the top of the Manager of the Season table, and it could all change this week because we're rolling it over again, and it's now worth 7 Manager of the Season points. It's a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. I don't know how many guesses we've had that have been wrong over the last 6 weeks. A lot. There can't be many more managers that it can't be. So you get 1 guess per week per manager. Get them into me by early Friday, because I normally do the Banter in the Boxes either on a Friday night, sometimes on a Saturday morning. So I'm planning to do the Banter in the Box next week on the Friday evening. So get your 1 guess into me by early next Friday. If you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there, you will earn 7 Manager of the Season points. That is your Banter in the Box fix for this week. Until next week, take care everybody. Bye bye.